Hey everybody, welcome to Pepaw's Playhouse, episode 1. Today we're going to be replacing the starter and the pull rope on this little Honda 350 Rancher. There's 1,000 videos showing you how to replace the starter, but I have yet to come across one showing how to replace the pull rope. It should be pretty easy. By the time we get done, we'll either know everything to do right or everything to do wrong. But same classic symptoms, hit the starter button. And that's all you get. I've already replaced the solenoid and the battery. So all that's left is to remove this air box and get after the starter. I'll be back. Removing the air box is pretty straightforward, just like all the rest of the videos. The only issue I had was this little piece here was so fragile, it just broke right off when I took it out. So that's another piece I'm going to have to replace at some point. And this carburetor does not look good at all. So that may be something that we have to address at some point. I don't know about today's video. Don't know if I have everything I need to do that. But there's the starter, just like in all the other videos. Just right there. We'll get after taking that thing all apart, and while we got it off, we'll also do the pull rope. Because here's my problem with the pull rope. It will eventually catch. When it does, it usually starts on the second pull, but I like to have a good, reliable second way to start it if my new starter doesn't work out. Okay, so the starter's off. That came off just about as easy as it does in the other videos. So now I'm going to get after this pull rope, and it looks like it's a little more of a challenge because the bolts are there's 4 bolts and a couple of them underneath the actual four-wheeler. So I have actually used my handy dandy little Harbor Freight winch, which is not made for what I'm using it for, but I also have it with some jack stands, so hopefully that'll hold up while I do this. There's my right-hand mechanic, Ariel, checking things out. Okay, I got the pull rope off, and here's what the old one looks like. It still kind of pulls and all that. Here's the new one. It looks a little different. Bolt patterns and everything appear to be the same across the two of them. But if I had extra set of hands, I would just kind of show you what this one's not doing. Okay, so maybe this will work. Here's the old one. And here's a new one. So let's see what we got. Now what I did, there may be an easier way to do this, but this is what worked for me. 8mm socket, swivel, and extension. My little 1/4-inch drive. It seemed to work better than the 3/8. Had a little more room. Like I said, there may be an easier way to even do this, but this is what I've come up with. So we'll see. That's what the back of the engine looks like without the pull rope. I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Put the new one on. All right, got the rope installed. It's a little more time consuming than I thought it was going to be, but it's on. Still kind of tough to pull. So we've probably got something there in the engine that may be more to blame, more so than the old rope. But so here's what the other one had. You had 3 bolts holding it on. Well, just like that. You had the 3 bolts holding it on. You see the bolt marks there, and there and there. I don't know what this little tab here is for, but there was no bolt there. First pull, the little knot the factory had put in it slipped through the handle, so I had to put another knot in it. So it started on the third pull a while ago. Still no starter on it. See what it does here. So at this point, it works just as good as the old one. That might have been 35 bucks thrown away, but now I know how to do it. There may be an easier way. If you have any suggestions on an easier way, if I have to do it again, please drop it in the comments. But here's what I got from Amazon. Just a pull start aftermarket item. Now let's finish up on that starter. I have to disconnect the battery again, and I'll get on the starter, reinstalling it. Here are the two starters. Once again, everything appears to be the same. Here and here, there, and there. Same length. So it should be a fit. I made sure I got the starter that I'd seen in one of the other videos. Thought it had a name on it somewhere, but so anyway, we'll pop this thing on there. Well, as it turns out, the starter may not have been my issue after all. It might have been this bad solenoid, but I just replaced it, so I didn't really consider that it was an issue. But there's my new starter, all installed. Keys on, same problem. But I had to take the starter off to replace the pull rope anyway, so I might as well put a new one on. So at least now I know I've got a new starter, new pull rope, and maybe we'll address the other issues with the carburetor, and maybe even do an oil change on the next episode.